Assalamu alaikum everyone. So as you remember from the last time we had a video of the Origin series. This was the second video of the series, how to make a histogram in Origin. So this time we are moving further with the plotting, and this is the video 3 of the Origin series. So last time when we made the histogram we did the binning, as you remember. So now we are moving to the two-dimensional plots in which we will have one x-axis and one y-axis. As you can see from here, this is x1 and y1. So in Origin, let me just explain this, that if you have one x, then all the y's will be associated with that x. For example, here is x1, so you will see y1, y1, y1. And then you see there is another x, which is x2, x's for that, for another quantity. Then all of the other y quantities will be y2, y2, and so on. So this will be the structure for the two-dimensional columning here. And then you can select two of the columns here and then go to plot. Today we are starting from a line plot, a simple line plot, that how the quantity goes. So if I do a simple line plot, so this is how you will be able to see the plot. So these kind of line plots are already thumbnailed over here for the quantities which is easier for them as given as the spark lines. So if I would like to see the other spark lines or something, I will just go to the view here, right click, go to view, and then you can go for the spark lines. So you will already be able to see the spark lines for the quantities that you have put here. So for example, these are text, so these will not be making any spark lines here. And these are the quantities which are calculated to make already a plot, so these will not be able to make a spark line. So we have to create a plot. Now you can just rename the plot name, you can rename the y-axis. For example, here it just says counts, as it says here. I can change it here. For example, I have here number of quantities, and then here is the name of the quantity. For example, if I have masses, so these are the masses, and then you can give the units, if it is in kilograms or what. So I will just write mass in kilograms for each of the quantity, and then the number of quantity. All right, so let's say the number of whichever object that has these masses. As you can see that these are, some of the values are in the negative, so this goes below 100, below 0 as well. And you can change the lining and ways of doing two-dimensional plot right from here. Just select it. When you will see that this is selected, let me just increase the size, then you can change plot to any other two-dimensional plot, or you can just select this one and go to this one where it says line, and then you can change the sort of line which you can do. Like for example, if I want to do the step, this is the horizontal step, you can do the vertical step as well, so it will start from the vertical one, not from the horizontal one. Or you can just do this spline connect, which will then connect the data points with a smooth curve. So these are the ways of making. Again, as we did in the histograms, you can also do this, that you double click this line or quantity, and then you can change the colors, you can change the thickness of the line, you can symbol, sorry, for the line it's here, so you can again change how you want to do it. For example, if you want the line to be just a simple line, or the horizontal steps, or even if there are some points where you have data points in the middle of the step, so you can do like this. For example, if you want to do a dash dot line, so that line will change here. For a dotted dashed line, this will change like this. You can change the thickness to see it clearly. For example, if I give it 3, this becomes too harsh, and if I, for example, give it short dot, then it becomes different. So, and also you can change the color of the line here, not the symbol, but the line. For the symbol, if you want to change it, because it is auto, if you change the line, it will auto change the color to that. But if you want the other color, for example, a green one here, so it will change it like this. So these are the ways you can play with this one. Now for the framing, for example, this frame here, if you want to change the framing, you can change anywhere on the axis. Maybe these are the axis labels, and for the labels and axis, so you can just right click on anyone and you can go to the properties to that. So you will be here for this part. So let me just put this one on a little side so we can see what is happening. You go to the scale, for example, and if I want to change the scale, I can change it. If it is from -100 to 500, I can change it to, like, for example, if I want to do it for 1000, and I can apply. So this goes to 1000, or I can go back to 500. If you want this scale, this is the linear scale from 0 to 100 and 200 and so on. If you want to change it to the logarithmic one, you can apply that, and then this logarithmic will be like 1. So if I put this one for 0.1, so this changes like that, and if I just put it 1, it goes like this. Now you already know, if you're applying a logarithm scale, that the negative points will be disappearing, because in the logarithmic scale, the logarithm doesn't have the negative value, have a defined value for the negative scales. So that would be a thing to do. And there are some other ways if you want to do for the scaling. And then for the vertical scale, the same thing you can do, that if you want to change the scale, if you want to change it from the logarithmic, for example, like this. So now let me before this one, I will let you know that if you're doing it and you're been in a situation like this and you don't know how would be the best way to do the scale, then you can just go to this button and it says rescale. Then it will rescale automatically according to what is required and what other data points can be in a good space. Then you can right click again, or you can just double click on this, and then you will again be in the scale part, where you can again change the scales to the linear ones for the vertical and horizontal, and apply, and then you will be given like this. And then you can again rescale and actually can go to this. Then the tick labels. Obviously, these labels are given in different ways. For example, for the horizontal, if I have this one is bottom, so if I want to display it not as 100, 200, 300, 400, if I want to do it as the scientific, like in powers of them, so this is how it displays in here. Or the case, everyone knows the case is, but since there is no k yet, so it doesn't display like that. Or just the decimals as it was, but with commas, and for the financial values. The scientific one with the exponentials can also be displayed here, or even if you want to custom it, that how you want to do the format. So these are the formats for this, and obviously the type of numeric, what kind of data you are presenting. Are you presenting some text? Is it some time, some day of the week, or any other points that you are displaying that can be done? And some other points which you can explore by yourself, that you can divide them by a factor. You can even add a formula to increase or decrease for that. You can also format them. For example, you can change the color of the font, which is here, or you can actually change the font as well, and you can change the size. You can make them bold. You can do the whiteout as well if you have some colored plot You can change the alignment as well, and you can actually wrap the text if you have a lot of text over here, for example. So if I have a very big number over here which is overlapping with this one, so I can actually wrap the text, which will be like, for example, if I have something explanatory over here. So there are so many options which you can easily explore in the table, and especially in the minor tick labels. How many minor tick labels you want is basically coming from here. The minor tick is by counts, and I have only one minor tick in between. So if I want to change it, I can do it. For example, if I want to put the 5 minor ticks in between, so you can see now there are 5 in between. But if you want to do the 4 in between, for example, if you have the count of 100 to 200, only 5 counts in between, then it will be 1, 2, 3, 4, and the fifth will be the 200. So this is how it works. For the major ticks, it always goes by the increment by default. You can change that as well. You can go by counts as well, or the custom positions where you want to position your labels. And this is how all of this one. So now the titles of the bottom axis, the top axis, and then you can change them as left or right as well. For the grids is basically the grids. If I would like to see, if you want to see the grids, these are how they would look. And you can also apply the minor grids as well within that to emphasize on the values which you want to give. The main idea which I was here for was the framing of the plot, which is coming in the lines and ticks. So basically this is the line and these are the ticks for that. So it says the show line and ticks, yes, for the bottom, and for the top it is not. So I will say show line and ticks, and I will apply it, and it will give me the one which it just considers. If I want to be it just the same like this one, I would say just same options for bottom and top, and then this will be, because this is the ticks are outside, these ticks are also going outside. If I want to change something, for example, if I want these to be in, I will apply this, and then this will be, the major ticks will be in. So now if I want to do the minor ticks in as well, I will do this and I will apply. So you see all of the ticks are inside now. And as we have selected, the top option is the same for the bottom option, so this is also given as that. Now same for the left and right. So for the right, I don't have to do much. I will just say that whatever I do for the left, the same will be done for the right, and it will show. So I will just change it in the right. For example, I do again, the ticks should be inside, and I apply. These ticks went inside, and these are also showed but inside. So these are how you can control your numbers. For example, if you want them to be inside and out both, for example like this one, so these can be done as well. It's of your own preference how you are going to present your data. Some other things obviously are the length of these ticks, some thickness of the line, thickness of the ticks here, and other things that you can explore on your own. If you have some special ticks in between, like for example, if I want to do it on 110 or 120, I would like to do it for my from my special ticks section, and you have to give that where does this axis go. For the reference line, if I want to put some reference lines, that's also a custom way to do that. We will talk about this in some other video. You can also put breaks in middle where you have some empty space in between two quantities, so we can also explore this in another video. So for so far this is, I think, enough for this video, and we can explore some other plots. For example, the scatter plots, which are the most popular plots for the two-dimensional plotting, will be explored in the next video. Thank you very much, and like and share the video if it can help anyone. Thank you.